Okay, so welcome back to the channel. I'm Az. I'm just going to be cleaning my room today while chatting about some stuff, obviously, because you had Azalea smash a tournament recently. So yeah, we're going to speak about that. So first of all, Azalea. Wow. What an awesome result at the weekend for Realm Games. That was pretty ridiculous, seeing two different paradigms as well, completely different stories unfold with the people that got Azalea to the final. So obviously, as we know, it was an Azalea mirror match at the end. So it was Levi Rausch, arguably the best Azalea player in the world, against Brody Spurlock, who had adopted the hero a few days ago before the event. So we've got someone who's been playing the hero for absolutely ages, since before I can remember, really. When I started the Azalea cult, got loads of packs here, obviously, loads of outsiders packs. When I started the Azalea cult, this guy was competing even before Dynasty cards were released, like Dead Aim and Drill Shot and stuff. Levi was smashing people with Azalea and getting to top 8 consistently. And most of the time, I think he was losing out to Dromize. Dromize obviously is a hard matchup. We saw that Levi did manage to navigate his way through a Dromize matchup against Aaron, I think his name was. Good name, by the way. In the sort of win and in of the tournament. So that was good to see. A few things really did line up for Levi in order to get him through to that to the win and in, but it was good to see nonetheless. And then we got someone like Brody, who is known to be a fantastic competitive player. Obviously, he's a prodigy. He's obviously a young guy that has made waves in the community for how good he is and what his mindset's like. And just seems to me, I haven't met him, but seems to me like a really, really nice guy as well. So completely different stories. And Brody ultimately won the Realm Games event. Hold on a sec. Yeah, so Brody ultimately won the Realm Games event, and he had been playing the hero for a few days before that, which is just absolutely mad to think that someone can just pick up an Azalea deck and win a tournament. Now, it's interesting as well because there's been a lot of talk on Twitter recently. And a bit of, I'm not going to say negativity, I think people were sort of just having a laugh with it essentially, but I just wanted to respond to that sort of in a way as well. So when I started the Azalea cult, because it was a nice way to show appreciation to a hero that didn't really have the tools to compete competitively at the time, right? Azalea is one of those characters that a lot of people love as a result of the lore, the background, the history of where she comes from, what she's about, you know, the sort of fantastical implications of where she's from, the pits, like the Thieves Guild, the dirty and grimy aspect of Wraith's lore hadn't really been explored yet. It has now, obviously, but a lot of people liked Azalea for that reason, for the reason that the hero was the one that they liked. It wasn't the fact that she was ridiculously powerful. It was the fact that she had thematic ties to her weapon, where you load something in with a bow and then you fire it off. You know, the thematic ties to the lore and the pits and everything else that comes alongside it. People were not playing Azalea because they wanted to win. People were playing Azalea because they liked the hero, and she is fucking sexy, I might add. But yeah, it's just one of those things that now there's a lot of people like joking around and gaslighting and saying, well, now that Azalea's good, where is everybody else? What is everyone going to play now? Because they're not cool anymore. Because they start to win. Maybe you should play another hero because Azalea's good now. No, you're missing the point, mate. You're missing the point because we were playing Azalea from the very start. You know, we were playing Azalea before she before she even got bloody bolt and shot. I was playing Azalea before she was even playing bolt and shot. I was trying to go tall and dominate every arrows of fucking Memorial Grounds and God knows what. Trying to make Sikkim shot work, basically a 2 for 4 with go again. And then you have to load your arrow again somehow by either reloading or using your bullseye braces to get go again. There were so many loops that we had to jump through as Azalea players, but we wanted to do it because that's what we enjoyed doing. We enjoyed the hero, we enjoyed the class, we enjoy everything else about the hero. It's just one of those things. The internet will pipe up and then start trying to be the first one to do this, the first one to do that, and sort of make fun of people. But the Azalea cult is more than that. The Azalea cult was an idea. The Azalea cult was an idea to just shine a light and appreciate the heroes that aren't necessarily that good. And in this case, Azalea was the one that a lot of us gravitated towards because she was the underdog. Everybody loves a good underdog story, right? Everybody likes rooting for the underdog. Everybody likes to see the hero that's not considered to be good become good and actually do some stuff. And we've been holding on to this moment for so long. So yeah, we are going to revel in this moment. We are going to enjoy this moment because, let's be honest, Dusk Till Dawn is right around the corner. So when Illusionist comes back, fuck ALS. Just imagine that. I'm going to take a brief moment here. Imagine that. You stack up a 16 dominated red ledger, which is then just ALS'd. You lose your turn. All of those cards you've then used to stack up on that massive attack, you just lose your turn, and your turn does nothing. And then board state development, again, also another thing that Azalea hates, and even navigating the Dromai matchup is difficult, and fair play to Levi for doing that on stream on the Realm Games event. But Illusionist is going to come back soon, so we need to remember that. And people need to remember that as well. So Azalea is going to have her time in the sun at the moment. And it's also going to be interesting to see how Baltimore reacts. And how all the pro players sort of conversing upon Baltimore react to this deck that obviously came out of the woodwork at the Realm Games. It was interesting because obviously there was a lot of Dromai representation. Dromai is a hard matchup to navigate. So it surprises me in a way that there's no Dromais in the top 8 whatsoever. And the fact that there was so many Azaleas for them to potentially prey upon also concerns me with regards to what the skill level was at that event as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know skill levels and all that sort of thing. But it's an interesting discussion nonetheless because Baltimore is now going to be the next big thing. Is there going to be there's going to be a lot more Azaleas represented as a result of this. I'm going to start tidying up again now, so I've had a quick break. There was a lot of. There will be a lot of representation of Azalea in Baltimore now because obviously they've seen the power of the deck. They know what it's capable of doing. But what that also means is that a meta can potentially form around that as well now, right? Because, funnily enough, we didn't really see much ice. We didn't really see much ice at all. There was Icelander and Oldhim in the top 8, and that was it of Realm Games. So I also think that attacking the player's hand might be another way to get around it. Like Bravo, for instance. Bravo has a lot of hashtag Bravo Bros has a lot of ways to interact with Azalea, like Chokeslam, for instance. Chokeslam, if the crush effect is fulfilled, they can't gain power on their attacks. So all of those buffs that you're doing as an Azalea player just means nothing. Just means absolutely nothing. And Azalea and buffs go hand in hand. Because obviously either you want to buff up your bolt and shots to give a big arrow go again, then reload, and then do another big 1-2 punch. And Azalea is all about those 1-2 punches, as we saw over the weekend. And sometimes that's the great thing about Azalea is you can either do 1-2 punch like a big 7, then a massive 8 with an on-hit effect, or she can go tall and do a massive bombardment of one attack with various on-hit effects. So I think Bravo could be a good one to look at if you're looking to counter Azalea, because he has a lot of effects like Spinal Crush, Crippling Crush, Choke Slam. You can also run a rainbow suite of Choke Slam as well. Tear Asunder. All of these hand interaction mechanics are a way to fuck us up. That's for sure. So yeah, you might see a lot of that going into Baltimore. But that's just my thoughts. That's just my opinions. I'm not a meta slave. I don't play really professionally at all. Although I probably will take the opportunity to go to a few. I'm going to a Road to Nationals in Oxford in June. I think I can. Depends whether it clashes with the casting event that I'm going to be doing or not. I'm sat down again talking, but I'm just going to go with the flow here. I'm just tidying up my absolute shit tip of a room at the moment. But yeah, again, I just wanted to mention as well that the Azalea cult was founded on the idea and the premise and the ethos of just loving the characters that you want to love, right? Doesn't matter how good or powerful they are. If you like a hero for a certain reason, there's obviously a reason why you like that hero. I know that the competitive players and the people that are trying to spike events and, be proper sweaty tryhards are just going to pick up the decks that are doing well. And at the moment, it seems like Azalea is going to be one of those decks. But that's not to say that that's going to last very long with what's around the corner. So I'm just going to enjoy the inherent power that Azalea has at the moment, and then try and do well at some events locally. I'm going to give that a go. As a cult leader of Azalea cult, as someone who's loved her for the longest time, now is the window of opportunity to maybe get those LL points in before Dusk Till Dawn hits us. At local level, local level anyway, I think it's a good opportunity to try and get some LL points for her. I wouldn't say I'm the most competitive player in the world, but I feel I can navigate Azalea fairly well. Because, speaking about her for the last year now almost, I think there could be some good results in it for us cult members that have been repping her for the longest time. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a great time opening Outsiders. The boxes have been very strange. Obviously, I've opened up a sponsored box recently, which didn't go too well, unfortunately, for Tobias. But I'm just going to carry on tidying my room up, and I just want to get my thoughts out there because there's a lot of funny Twitter speak out there at the moment saying, "Oh yeah, now that Azalea's top tier, all of you people who loved Azalea are going to go and try and find something new to sort of be shit at." And that's just not the case. Unfortunately, we're gonna love Azalea regardless of her power level, because that is just what we are. We love the heroes, and that's another thing as well, right? If it wasn't for people like us that just want to play a hero for whatever reason, I took Azalea to the Battle Hardened in Leeds recently before all of this. And I know a few other people who did as well. And we just want to play the hero because we want to play the hero, right? We're not going into these events to try and win, really. Let's be honest. People like us are just there for the laugh. We're there for the cracks. We're there for the drinks and the food afterwards, after the events. We're there to sort of hang around with our homies and do a vlog, and capture the moment and live in the moment, etc. We're not there to try and calculate the best optimal lines of play and win $5,000 or whatever it is. We're not there for that. But if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for the people that just play the game for the sake of enjoying the game with friends, socially and casually, there would not be a competitive scene. So that's the main takeaway, right? You can make fun of the little guy for as long as you want, but remember, if it wasn't for the little guys, if it wasn't for the people like us that are just playing the game to enjoy the community and the social, casual, and sort of friends and experience that you have along the way, as cliche as that sounds, then there wouldn't be a scene. If it was just the top 50 players grinding out against each other all the time, without the thousands of people behind them losing all the time, there would not be a game. So hang on there, Azalea cult people, and we always will. We always will. We'll always love this character no matter what she goes through. And also another thing, Flake also brings up an interesting point. I think it was on the podcast podcast I did with Brian actually about when these heroes LL, right? So when Azalea, living legends, maybe she living legends in the next 3 months, maybe she is Starvo 2.0. When she does rotate out, what are we going to do? You know, what are we going to do as an Azalea cult? What are we going to do as a sort of contingency of people that love a hero? When that hero goes, what do we do? LSS has already given us the answer. They're just going to reprint the hero. They're going to do something else with the hero, like in Dusk Till Dawn. You know, Shadow Runeblade and Light Illusionist is coming back. I imagine they will do the same thing for other fan favourite heroes if they rotate out, especially with the love and support and the outrage that has followed this result over the weekend. So I hope you're all having a great day. If you did tune into this video and you watched it all the way to the end, leave a hashtag Azalea Cult in the comments below. But I thought I'd just get this out there while I'm tidying my room. Appreciate your time. Thanks very much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more sort of rants like this. I might even do this more often. You know, if there's like Twitter crap going round, or if there's, you know, some sort of topic that I think's worth discussing, maybe we just turn the camera on while we're tidying up, while we're having a shit. Maybe just turn the camera on and speak. If you want to hear more of this, let me know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll see you soon. Cheers.